Yes, so if you know if you have your KIE mathematics, that is it, you are set. You only do what is in KIE mathematics, and you know KCSE Kikuja, you are a set person. But this is not the case for campus. You are not likely to find a KIE book here. I mean, by KIE, I mean a set book, like this is communication skills, the course you are doing here. You will not find a book written communication skills, and that is the only book that you will use, and by using that book, you are guaranteed of passing the communication skills course. That is not going to happen at university level. Why? Why do you think so? Why don't we have KIE books here? Any idea? Any idea? Yes? Why don't you have one book, then you just grab that book and read from page 1 to the last page, and you do your exams and you say, why? Just be a bit louder.
There is no like appealing for university. It's like if you want to like have diverse information from
Yes, he says we need to have diverse information from different sources. Another alternative idea? Volunteer, the answers are right hand pick you. Why can't you have a KIE book for university level? Just one book. You sit, you read your communication skills, then you are done. You can now wait for the exams, and then you pass, and you finish, and you graduate. Why not? Why not? So you are not listening to what Mr. Gitago was talking about. Lifelong learning. You heard him saying that? Yes, to be a lifelong learner, you need to be an independent learner. And you cannot be an independent learner if you depend on one idea, one text. That cannot happen. At this level, you will need to consult various sources. You will need to read various books. For even a given assignment, it is hardly, you are likely not to use just one book, and then you answer the question and set the assignment in the lecture. That is not likely to happen. Therefore, you discover that a lot of times you are going to have what is called an information need. You are likely to have an information need. And I know you know about other needs. What's a need? What is a need from your background subjects? What is a need? Something that you desire to have, that's a need. What is a need? Yes? What's a need? Something you cannot do without. I like those ideas, they're very great. Yes, something you cannot do without is a need, like basic needs, food, shelter. So if all your ideas are really true. Now, an information need now, when you're talking about information need, now it is a gap in your knowledge. You discover that the information I have and the information I desire to have is a disparity. For example, you've been given an assignment, and I've told you before, at this level of study, you're not going to write inches and compositions. For example, if you're given an assignment here, it's not unlikely to be told to how long are you writing inches? How many minutes? 40 minutes, eh? In 40 minutes, you write something and you give your lecture. Most of the time, you'll be given assignments and then you're told to research and then hand in. Have you started being given that kind of assignments? Have you? Yes. That tells you you're in university. That is the first indicator to you, to remind you that you're in university. That means a lot of times you're going to experience a gap in your knowledge. You're going to discover that the information that I have and what the assignment requires, the information I have in my head, it cannot adequately address that question. And that question will be sufficiently handling that assignment. That means that you need to consult other resources. In other words, it's going to spark to you, and a desire to look for other resources. For example, if you've been given an assignment like that one, yeah? In fact, you should write it down because I'm going to refer to it again and again as we go on. Discuss the history of the Juakali industry in Kenya. Highlighting at least 5 ways it has contributed to the country's socio-economic development. That's a typical example. I don't know which courses you're doing. Which courses are you doing? Commerce, yes? Yeah, so that could be a possible assignment. Term paper, you've been told to do such an assignment. So you will not sit down and write an inch Is it possible? Will you do that? If I gave you that assignment and I wanted it in 40 minutes time, will you be able to give it to me? Would you? Yes, that means that there's a gap. There's an information need in you. The information that is required to answer that question and what you have in your head, they do not match. So it's requiring you to consult more information. So, as Mr. Jupiter said, it has in you a desire to consult more resources, and there are many resources. Books, audiovisual, reference sources, etc. All the resources that Mr. Chibini has talked about. It's passing you a desire to consult additional resources. That's what an information plan is all about. So how do you go about, if you've been given that assignment, how do you go about it? Now, the first thing you have to do